The human brain has a remarkable capacity for processing information, but one of its most intriguing functions is its ability to process and engage with stories. Whether told through books, movies, oral traditions, or personal experiences, stories play a pivotal role in our lives. This capacity to process and connect with stories has significant implications for our understanding of human cognition and social interactions. In this essay, we will delve into the neuroscientific underpinnings of how our brains process stories, exploring the intricate neural mechanisms involved in this fascinating cognitive process. Furthermore, we will discuss why this ability is of paramount importance in our daily lives, influencing not only our entertainment choices but also our communication, empathy, and overall cognitive development. Our brains are naturally wired to process and connect with narratives. This inclination dates back to our evolutionary history when storytelling played a crucial role in conveying knowledge, passing down traditions, and fostering social bonds. Today, the science of story processing suggests that our brains have specific areas and pathways dedicated to handling stories. One of the key regions involved in processing narratives is the default mode network, DMN. This network becomes active when our minds wander, daydream, or engage in introspective thinking. Interestingly, when we are presented with a story, the DMN becomes highly active, indicating that we readily immerse ourselves in the narrative world. This phenomenon highlights the natural proclivity of our brains to engage with stories. Mirror neurons, a class of neurons found in the brain, have garnered significant attention for their role in understanding and empathizing with others. These neurons fire not only when we perform an action but also when we observe someone else performing the same action. This neural mirroring system is closely linked to our ability to comprehend and connect with the emotions and experiences of characters in a story. When we read a novel, watch a movie, or hear someone's personal story, our mirror neurons fire as if we were personally going through the experiences described. This neural mirroring underlies our ability to feel empathy for fictional characters and real people. Consequently, stories serve as a bridge to understanding the emotions and experiences of others, a crucial aspect of human social interaction. The processing of stories also involves various neurotransmitters that influence our emotional responses and engagement. For instance, the release of oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone or bonding hormone, is triggered when we connect with the emotions of characters in a story. This release of oxytocin promotes social bonding and enhances our emotional connection to the narrative. On the other hand, the release of dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter, occurs when we experience positive outcomes or rewards in a story. This neurochemical response reinforces our engagement with the narrative, encouraging us to continue reading or watching. Stories are powerful mnemonic devices. We are much more likely to remember information presented in a narrative form compared to isolated facts or statistics. This enhanced memory recall is attributed to the brain's ability to create a cohesive mental structure when processing a story. When a story unfolds, our brains organize information into a logical sequence, connecting events, characters, and emotions. This connected structure facilitates the retrieval of information, making it easier to recall and apply in various contexts. In education and communication, the power of stories as memory enhancers is harnessed to convey complex information and concepts effectively. Stories encourage our brains to think creatively and critically. When we engage with narratives, we are presented with a range of scenarios, conflicts, and resolutions. Our brains subconsciously process these elements, which can stimulate problem-solving skills. This cognitive exercise can have profound implications, not only in our day-to-day lives but also in fields such as business, where creative problem-solving is a valuable asset. Furthermore, the exposure to diverse stories and perspectives can expand our own creativity. As we encounter different characters, settings, and plot lines, our brains become more adept at imagining and creating new scenarios, enhancing our creative thinking abilities. The connection between story processing and empathy is a two-way street. As discussed earlier, stories activate mirror neurons, fostering empathy for the characters' experiences. However, stories also provide an opportunity for us to step into the shoes of various characters and view the world from their perspectives. This cognitive exercise in perspective-taking enhances our ability to understand and appreciate different viewpoints and experiences, promoting tolerance and inclusivity. Moreover, reading stories about individuals from diverse backgrounds or cultures can help bridge gaps in our understanding and empathy, breaking down stereotypes and prejudices. This highlights the vital role that literature and media can play in fostering a more compassionate and interconnected society. Stories are the fabric of human communication. From childhood, we are exposed to storytelling in the form of fairy tales, fables, and bedtime stories. As we grow, we learn to incorporate storytelling into our everyday conversations. We use anecdotes and narratives to convey information, engage others, and build connections. In professional settings, storytelling is a potent tool for effective communication. Leaders use stories to inspire their teams, marketers use narratives to connect with customers, and teachers use storytelling to convey complex concepts. Our ability to tell compelling stories can significantly influence our personal and professional success. Entertainment is one of the most obvious applications of storytelling in our lives. Whether we're reading a gripping novel, binge-watching a TV series, or enjoying a movie, stories provide an avenue for escapism and relaxation. These experiences offer us a break from our daily routines and transport us to different worlds, engaging our emotions and imagination. The entertainment industry has harnessed the science of story processing to create narratives that resonate with audiences. The successful films, books, and TV shows are often those that tap into universal themes and emotions, effectively engaging the brain's neural mechanisms for story processing. Stories have been used for centuries to convey moral lessons and ethical guidance. Aesop's fables, for example, use short narratives to illustrate principles such as honesty, kindness, and wisdom. These stories serve as teaching tools, helping individuals internalize important values and norms. In contemporary society, stories continue to play a role in moral and ethical education. Issues such as environmental conservation, social justice, and human rights are often conveyed through narratives that touch the hearts and minds of people, inspiring them to take action and make positive changes. While the processing of stories offers numerous benefits, it also has a dark side. Our brains can become so engrossed in narratives that we may lose touch with reality. This phenomenon is evident in the case of addiction to fictional worlds, such as video games and virtual reality, which can lead to the neglect of real-life responsibilities. Additionally, the influence of stories, especially when they contain misleading or biased information, can shape our perceptions and beliefs. False narratives and misinformation have the potential to sway public opinion and have real-world consequences. This highlights the need for critical thinking and media literacy to ensure that we are not unwittingly manipulated by the stories we encounter. In conclusion, our brains are naturally wired to connect with narratives, engaging with them at a deep emotional and cognitive level. This ability has significant implications for memory enhancement, problem-solving, empathy, and perspective-taking, as well as communication and creativity. Stories are an essential part of our daily lives, from entertainment to education, and serve as a means of connecting with others and conveying moral and ethical guidance. However, it is crucial to remain mindful of the potential pitfalls of story processing, such as addiction to fictional worlds and the influence of misleading narratives on our beliefs. Understanding how our brains process stories and why they matter allows us to harness the power of storytelling for personal and societal growth while also developing the critical thinking skills necessary to navigate the complex narrative landscape of the modern world. Our brains are the ultimate storytellers, and our capacity to engage with narratives is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling in human culture.